Hello friends, in this video we'll be discussing Fourier series type number 1, that is full range series. We are into minus pi to pi interval. This is our problem number 14. Welcome back friends. Let's have a look on the given problem. Here we need to find it out the Fourier series expansion of f of x is equal to mod sin x in the interval minus pi to pi. As discussed in the last problem, definition of mod. Do you remember what is the definition of mod? Mod is positive in the positive interval and negative in the negative interval. So see friends, here this is f of x is equal to mod sin x, and what is the interval that we have? We have from minus pi to pi. As discussed, is it positive in the positive interval, negative in the negative interval. Here the negative interval is from minus pi to 0 and the positive interval is from 0 to pi. In negative interval, mod sin x is negative, that means minus sin x, and in the positive interval, mod sin x is sin x. This is the f of x. Let's check whether it is even or odd. Replace x by minus x, old story. If I replace x by minus x, this will be f of minus x minus sine of minus x. And we know sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Therefore, this will become sine x. Same replacement I am going to make in the limits. Multiply by minus sign. This is pi greater than x greater than 0. Pi is greater than 0 simply implies 0 is less than pi, which is equal to, let us put here, this will be sine of minus x. Sine of minus x is minus sine x. And the limits will be 0, less than minus x, less than pi. Multiply by minus sign, 0 greater than x greater than minus pi. 0 is greater than minus pi, simply implies minus pi is less than 0. Let's check. Between 0 to pi it is sin x. Between 0 to pi it is sin x. From minus pi to 0 it is minus sin x. From minus pi to 0 it is minus sin x. Therefore, you can say f of minus x is equal to f of x. Therefore, function is even. Even means we need to find it out a0 and an. Fourier series is given by a0 by 2 plus summation of n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx. Two things we need to find it out, a0 and an. The formula is 2 upon pi 0 to pi f of x dx. In the interval 0 to pi, f of x is, say this, sin x. And we know the integration of sin x. What's that friends? It's minus cos x. You can take this minus outside. That is minus 2 upon pi. Let us substitute the limit, cos pi minus 1 minus lower limit cos 0 is 1. Therefore, a0 value will be, this is minus 2 multiplied with minus 2, 4 upon pi. We got a0. Let's move on and try to find it out an. 2 upon pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. This is 2 upon pi 0 to pi. Let us substitute f of x. Here f of x in the interval 0 to pi is sin x. into cos nx dx. How to integrate? U into V, is it so? No. Remember problem number 4? We discussed U into V rule is applicable only when both the are of different types. One is trigonometric, one is exponential, one is algebraic, one is trigonometric, and so on. Here U into V rule is not applicable because both are trigonometric. What is the problem? These two terms are separated with the multiplication in between. U into V rule is not applicable. What needs to be done? Formula. The formula says 2 sin A cos B is sin A plus B plus sin A minus B. This is the formula that I am going to use here. For applying this formula, we want 2. Let's take this 2 inside. This is 1 upon pi, 0 to pi, 2 sin x cos nx dx. This is A, this is B. Because this formula separates multiplication of sin and cos into plus. Let's apply the formula. This is 1 upon pi, 0 to pi, sin A plus B. Here A is x and B is nx. If you take x common, you will get 1 plus nx sin A minus B, 1 minus nx and dx. How to integrate? Very simple integration. You can separate the integration and individually you can take integration. 1 upon pi. Let's integrate. Sin integration is minus cos upon whatever with x, we are going to divide by that. Second term integration. Again we do have sin 1 minus nx upon 1 minus n. And what are the limits? The limits are from 0 to pi. Let's substitute upper limit minus lower limit. 1 upon pi, if we substitute upper limit, this will be minus cos 1 plus n pi upon 1 plus n minus cos 1 minus n pi, substituting in the second term, minus lower limit. If we substitute the lower limit as 0, here entire angle will become 0, cos 0 is 1, minus 1 upon 1 plus n minus 1 upon 1 minus n. Friends, do you know the value of cos 1 plus n pi? This we have discussed in video number 1. I told you to remember the values. How the value came? Let's see. Open the brackets. This is cos of pi plus n pi, cos of pi minus n pi. Cos of pi plus n pi, third quadrant. Cos of pi minus n pi, second quadrant. Add sugar to coffee in both the quadrants, second or third. 0, pi by 2, pi. Pi plus means this quadrant, pi minus means this quadrant, second and third. In both the quadrants, cos is negative. This is minus cos of n pi. Cos n pi is minus 1 raised to n. This is by add sugar to coffee formula that we have learned in school days. If you don't know this technique, you can directly remember cos 1 plus n pi or cos 1 minus n pi is minus of minus 1 raised to n. Let's use this substitution here, which is equal to 1 upon pi. In the first term, if I'll substitute, if I simplify the first term, this is minus of minus 1 raised to n. Minus of minus 1 raised to n, that minus and this minus will become plus and will get minus 1 raised to n upon 1 plus n. The same story is with the second term. In this term, this is minus of minus 1 raised to n and this minus will become plus minus 1 raised to n upon 1 minus n. If you open the brackets for these two terms, both the terms will become plus. Let's take LCM from first and third term. From first and third term, 1 plus n is LCM. In the numerator, this will be added. And let's take LCM from second and fourth term. In the numerator, minus 1 raised to n plus 1. Let's take minus 1 raised to n plus 1 common. Upon pi, inside will be left with 1 plus n, 1 minus n. Let's take LCM. This is a plus b, this is a minus b, a square minus b square. Cross multiply. This is 1 minus n plus 1 plus n. That is twice pi 1 minus n square minus 1 raised to n plus 1. See the situation, friends. Whenever we get situation like this, we always check for even odd. If n is even and if n is odd. If n is even, let's check. For this term, if n is even, minus 1 raised to any even power is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 into 2, 4. 4 upon pi 1 minus n square. And suppose if n is odd, minus 1 raised to any odd power minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. 0 into anything is 0. We got the solution. But there is a twist in the story. There is a twist in the story. Remember this, very important. This is 0 for n is odd except n is not equal to 1. See here, friends, this is the answer that we got. See the point that I am trying to make. This is the answer that we got. If you put n is equal to 1 in this answer, in the denominator we do have 1 minus n square. In the denominator we do have 1 minus n square. If you put n is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Anything upon 0, infinity. Are you getting my point? What I am trying to say? In the denominator we do have 1 minus n square. If n is 1, friends, it will be 0 and anything upon 0 will become infinite. So this is the story here. For all the odd values other than 1, the answer is 0. But if n is 1, the answer is infinite. Therefore, we need to consider a special case. Now you might be thinking, why didn't consider till now? See, all the problems that we have done till now, we never got this situation. This is the first time we got the situation. Let me make a note of you. Please make a note of it. Whenever we get something like this, n square minus 1 or 1 minus n square, always consider a special case. This is a note that you should take care of it. This is the first time we are getting the situation. We need to get with a special case. And what is that special case? We need to solve for n is equal to 1, because this result is true for all the values except n is equal to 1, because if you put n is equal to 1 in this solution, this will be infinite. An formula is 2 upon pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. This is the formula. Here we are using n is equal to 1. Therefore, this will be a1 2 upon pi 0 to pi. What is f of x? F of x is sin x If we put n is equal to 1, we'll get cos x and dx. We need to integrate this. You can take this 2 inside. Therefore, this is 1 upon pi, 0 to pi, twice sin x, cos x, old story, school days formula. What is 2 sin cos? Sin 2x. 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta, which is 1 upon pi, 0 to pi, sin 2x dx. Let's integrate. This is 1 upon pi. Sin 2x integration is minus cos 2x upon 2. What are the limits? 0 to pi. You can take this outside. Minus 1 upon 2 pi cos 2x from 0 to pi. Let us substitute the limits. If you substitute upper limit pi, you will get cos 2 pi, and cos 2 pi is 1. Minus lower limit, cos 0 is again 1. Gone. Left with what? 0. We got the special case value as 0. What is the Fourier series? A0 we already got it. Let us substitute in the formula. A0 is 4 by 5 and we do have A0 by 2. That means we're going to divide by 2. So that will be cancelled and we'll get 2 by pi. Here it will be 2 by pi plus, see this summation, see the way I am writing. Let me put n is equal to 1. If I'll substitute n is equal to 1, it will be a1 cos x. If we put n is equal to 1, it will be a1 cos x plus summation of n is equal to 2 to infinity. Why I am separating this? Because we have found out a1 value individually. Because the solution does not exist for 1. Let us put this value a1 is equal to 0. This summation means it's going from 1 to infinity. We separated out 1 and from 2 to infinity. This a1 value is 0. Entire term will be gone. Plus summation of. Now let's check the value of an. See, this is the value of an. And this value of an exists only for even numbers. This exists only for even numbers. And what is the value? 4 upon pi 1 minus n square. That means I am going to write it down as n is equal to 2, 4, 6 up to infinity. 4 upon pi 1 minus n square into cos nx. This is the required Fourier series. Now, few students will be confused with the special case. Don't worry friends, in the next video also we'll be covering the special case. Hope you understood. Thank you.